the journey has been very exciting for the last 20 years. Way back around 1994, 95, around that time, this city was almost in ruins. This city was in tatters. If you looked at the inner city, the flights that went out from here, going outside the city, you'd realize around number of challenges that we had, where there was people not sure if they could invest in Johannesburg. The inner city, the core of the inner city, was just in bad shape. And we had, as the city, to look into where can we best do investment, and the type of investment that we wanted to do so that that could kickstart the economic growth. And we did exactly that. Also take note that there was huge backlog in certain areas where there was no infrastructure at all. There was neglect of infrastructure over years. So you had to balance around marginalized areas previously and areas that were in dire straits of needing to be addressed, and against a future that we'd want to build. So the last 20 years has really been exciting because we had to find a smooth balance, and we put a number of plans. In some of the plans, we had to really to make sure that economic development is a priority. And we started investing in places like Soweto, huge infrastructure investment with a mind of an economic lifting of the area. So the 20 years has been quite deliberate from our side. But it's not only in Soweto only. Look at places like Diepsloot. In Diepsloot in 1995, there were only, when we built there were only 120 houses. You go today and see the activity, huge economic activity that's happening around the area. Exciting more is the project that we've been involved in, Cosmos City. The first project that's groundbreaking in what is previously would say it's a white area. So in the last 20 years, we have made interventions in a number of areas on light industrial area. What is short there, issues like water, sewer upgrades. We've made those interventions, and we continue to make those interventions, especially where we think we can make a small investment, but the city would reap huge investment. As government, you create an enabling environment for business to thrive. We have this long-term strategy, 2040, growth and development strategy. From there, that strategy has been broken down into decades. There's the first decade, second decade, third decade. In the first decade, meaning the first 10 years, we've also broken that into 2 5 years. In the 2 5 years, we've actually outlined the what we call PIPs, Priority Implementation Plans. And we only have about 10 of those priority implementation plans. And they're located into different departments and different entities. In the economic development, we have 3. Our main concentration, driven of course by the mayor, is around green economy. The green economy, as you know, it's not just a buzzword or international buzzword. We're quite serious around addressing issues of climate change. We're worried around the future of the world and of this country. So in the green economy, there are a number of initiatives that are coming, and a number of just on business that is coming. So it's a focus area around that. Second one, PIP, is the SMME. Just focusing around how do we assist SMMEs that are there. Those that are still coming, how do we assist them for them to be viable and make sure that they don't fall. Other one, which is very key, very important, priority implementation plan. It's what we call business retention, business investment. Those that would want to invest in the city of Johannesburg. We go all over the world and mobilize for people to come in Johannesburg and put a number of incentives to make sure that we are better competitive than other cities. But also, once they're here in Johannesburg, it's how do we retain them? How do we make sure that the investment that we have in Johannesburg does not fly away and go to other cities? Many people have said this, that Africa's time has come. We want to believe as City of Johannesburg that it is our time also as the City of Johannesburg. We have put in place plans to make sure that Johannesburg also find a role in what we call Africa's time. Johannesburg belongs to all people who live in Johannesburg, irrespective of race, color, or creed. And we want to make this place their home, and we want this place, they must succeed.